Aye. So now welcome back to the video we will do where we try to create Slack from scratch. For the last video, what we do be say we create new React project and we just get the semantic URL React, we put them there as node module, and then I just come here and copy this. So now what we do with that, but the thing be say we know they get the same result. We know they get the same thing we did here, even though we did copy them. So now even though we copy the same code, so as developer 99% of our time now today look for why things don't work. So we could see why this one will be, because this one an error. So if we go to the get started, you can see say we don't do this part, which is to add. We don't add this one, just they use yarn, but we use npm and supposed to be the reason. But here you see the thing here that was for us to get them, which is this style they put there. We need to copy this link as a link and put them for our head tag for inside index.html. So now I just copy this one. If I go the code here, if I go to index.html, inside the public folder, the only thing we React could change for inside this file when they do the build, we say now this div we get this root ID, which I don't already show with it here. With it for the index dot this one. Now only that one it could change. So anything we will put for this no could change even for the build after the build self. So I'll just put this one here. Then we'll go back to the browser. Go back to the browser. Okay, see, everything work. The button they work. The username, everything clean. Now we don't get the same result, but the thing just cover the whole place. So I go one make the thing just the inside one container, and these guys too they get container. I just come here, come this side here. It's a container. Then if you try the container out, you see you need to import them from this. So I just need to import them. So I just come back to this our login component. I will just import this one. Then I'll just put them as the the root for here. Then just copy this form, put the form inside, try to format them, come out of this space. All right, so if we come back here now, you see now it better, correct? Even though it's still there up there, but it better right now. But now our values with the type inside, but we not get control. We know if you see within the user type, so we know if you do anything. So we need to fix that one. And how if we fix that one, we say this input tag get property will be value. So anything where you put for here, you see test, and you can see for the browser. And then ensure this make I try to make so that I'm going to switch, so that we can see what they do. And try to reduce this. I'll try to reduce this one and bring this one here. Wait, sorry. I'll just make this one like this. Now we see. I'm going to change. Yeah. Carry this one now. Better. Put them here. Okay. So, but the thing I'll be saying, we no fit type here. The user no fit type, and they try to type, but they update because we don't already add code the value, say always, so the value must be this, but don't be waiting we won't make the user to be able to type. So, but we have to get within the call, state. This component now gets state, and that state now the data way, the component they use with all this input tag. So we need to create state. We'll create state. If you just make a state here, you call on state React with the user. Then if we make this one username, and we'll just put test here. Just so that we will not say they come from state. Test from state. And if I come here, I'll go for username. I'll just come here. This dot state dot username. You see, test from state. But we never still feel change them. They start to change. So we need a way to be able to know when the input change and to be able to set that value to the the current state for that value, so that always the user will see within the type. So to do this input this input tag get property where they call on change, and this on change go run anytime we anything for inside that field change. So we'll just say this dot set username. So set username now function we will define for here, and this on change now, when that thing happen, this on change go pass in event to that function to the callback, and we'll define them now. If I console log this one, here, and you see the event, make I try to go to the console. Okay, we'll still get some, we'll get method. Okay, this one now deprecation information, but we'll try to see how we'll take fix them. So if I try to change something here, you see the event, they pass in the event, and that this event get what they call target, and the target be this, and if you open the target now, no, and which one be this? Let me say, which one would they use? We need to find that one. Where the target? Oh no, because why the target be known? Make a console log on here. So I change this one. Okay, see input, and you see the value here. Test from state. So I will want to get them to this state to set the value for the state. So here we have to get what they call set state. Go put that set state now function where you go pass in the object, and you go put within you want change username. So even this ID they within the inside the state, then we'll just pass them this target dot value. Target get within they call dot value, which is the value of this thing here. So I'll just carry this one, I'll post down here, or the error go away. All right, this one go. Now of course this find node will still fix you. So now if we change or not, what did they tell us now? Say set state of undefined. So within the undefined, we could see this. You see this now should be undefined. Now within the talk say the undefined. So we could see. You see it's undefined. So as we console log them, it say undefined. Now this is the reason why within the happen for here. We say when this input tag change, and it called this method, this variable, this as in this way they here. So it don't define. They refer to this our login component. So because of that, they see this set state. You understand? So to fix them, we get two ways to do them. First, that they use this bind method. If you use bind, so we could see that one. Say bind. You see bind the work with if you update the state, and then they use arrow function. So this function here, if we make an arrow function, we could make an arrow function. So we just say equals to this, and just change this one to this. You see, we're not changing another thing than just making it arrow function. This remains the same. We'll try to fix them. You see, that is still the work. So that is the advantage of arrow function. They retain this where they define them from. So that one they work. So if we do the same, we'll do the same thing for this password too. We'll do the same for this password. I just copy all this one. I just put this one here. I'll change this one to password, and now I'll go create another function where I will call set password. Now set password we never define them, so we know. I just copy this one. Open here. Change this one. Change this one to password. All right, I will change this one to password too. All right, so we'll see. You see, with the few update them, and with the fit change things here. All right, so everything they work. Of course, now we're not supposed to allow the user to see the password, and we still get some error for here. For the next video, we'll see how we want to fix all those ones. Error. Now we did try to fix. I like Moku they fix error. I hear later.